Hi, so this video is for people who are maybe struggling a little bit with the textbook questions. So the idea is you can listen along, but hopefully you stop it and then you carry on and you don't actually have to see the video through. But if you make a mistake or you're unsure, then find the question that you want and you can do it. But try to do this without looking too much at the video. So here we go. Substitution, remember, means to replace. Because what we're trying to do is find an equation that will work for both of these situations. So, you know, we could try this, and if we said y is 10, 8 take 2 times 10 is 20, so 8 take 20, we get x is minus 12, and so that works for this equation. But if I put these two values in the second equation, there's no way, will it? No, there's no way, I don't think, it'll equal 13. So in order to find a value for x and a value for y that suits both, we use this method, substitution. And we are going to do exactly what it says. We are going to substitute, replace this x with x take 2y, because this equation tells us x equals 8 take 2y. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we start with this, the 2, but again, instead of writing x, it's 2 times what they're saying x is. So that goes in there. We're back to this equation, and what comes next? The plus, so I put that, the 3y, I put that, and then finish it off, equals 13. And you might be going, well, this looks worse, but we've only got y's in it, we haven't got x's and y's. So we're going to expand our brackets. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Stick the y there. Plus 3y equals 13, and we're going to tidy up. So 16 minus 4y plus 3 is minus 1y. Okay, for those of you who are a little bit unsure, right, go back, think about your negatives, use your calculator if you want to. And to get rid of my plus 16 here, I'm going to take 16, so it's 13, take 16, which is minus 3, and then our negatives cancel out, so I get y equals 3. You're not done, because I also want my x value. Now you could put it back into either one of these two equations, right? You could put it into this one, or you could put it into this. Which one do you think would be the easiest option? Well, I reckon that one, because it's already got x by itself, so all I have to do is go x equals 8 minus 2 times y, y is 3, so 2 3s are 6, therefore x equals 2. And these are my two solutions to these equations. Okay, so if I pop x back in here, 2 times 2 is 4, and y 3 times 3 is 9. 4 plus 9 does indeed give me 13. So that works for both equations. Okay, that's what we're after. Hopefully that's making a little bit of sense to you. Okay, let's try the next one. Maybe if you wanted to, you could pause it right here and see if you can do it without me. So pause it. Okay, so here I'm going to replace the y with this, because in this case, instead of having x equals, I've got y equals. So we leave the 5x as it is, and we take the minus 3 times y, but y is all of this. So I'm going to replace y with 4 plus x. What comes next? An equal sign and the 0. Now it's time to expand the bracket, so I keep my 5x there. Minus 3 times 4 is minus 12, and minus 3 times positive x is minus 3x. That equals 0. So I'm going to tidy up here by gathering my like terms. 5x take 3x is 2x. This take 12 goes on the other side, becomes positive 12. And get rid of, well, I mean, you can tell from here, 2 times 6 is 12. So x is 6. Don't forget, let's find y. So we pop our x back into, once again, you could put it into either one of these equations, but I'm going to go with this one because it's already got y by itself. So 4 plus x, x is 6, so y equals 10. So y equals 10 and x equals 6 are my simultaneous solutions. Again, if you wanted to, plug it back in here and you'll know that you are correct. Hopefully you can stop the video here and go, yep, got it, know enough. But if you don't, that's okay. Keep going. Let's have a look at number C, or letter C. In this case, I've got x equals, so wherever x appears in the second equation, I'm going to replace it with 10 minus 10 take 2y. So we go 3y minus 2 times x, but what are we replacing x with? Minus 10 take 2y. Carry on back to that equation, equals minus 22. So 3y, negative 2 times negative 10 is positive 20. Negative 2 times negative 2y is positive 4y, equals minus 22. 3y plus 4y is 7y. Let's get rid of that plus 20. So we're going to take 20, which becomes minus 42. Get rid of the times 7. Divide by 7. So minus 42 divided by 7, y equals 6. Let's pop it back in to find our x value. Minus 10, take 2 times 6, minus 10. Oops, and look at this. I've made a mistake here because I'm sort of going, oh, that's going to make a little bit of a weird thing and I don't think it'll work. And I just double check, negative divided by positive is a negative. So negative becomes plus 12 equals 2. All right. If I hadn't picked that up, I would have ended up with x being minus 22. And I'm going, yeah, that's not going to work here. So little errors like that are going to happen. It's not a disaster. Just go back and have a look and see, well, do you know what? A likely place where we could make an error is that maybe you forgot or you're not concentrating and you said a negative times a negative was a negative instead of a positive, right? You might have gathered your like terms up accidentally incorrectly. So instead of 3y plus 4y gave you 7, you might have accidentally said 1. So go back, check those things first. It doesn't mean it's a disaster. It just means you're human. Okay, let's zoom through these ones. Again, hopefully you've done this without me, although maybe with D, slightly different and yet the same. So this time we've got x equals and x equals. So we can do exactly what we were doing before. We can say, right, here, I'm going to replace this with this x here. Okay, so instead of writing x, I'm writing minus 1 plus 2y equals 9. Take 2y, right? I've just replaced it with that. And now you're doing the beautiful solving equations that you just finished in the topic before. So we want to get our y's on one side. So to get rid of a take 2y, I'm going to add 2y. So that gives me 4y. And the 9 will stay there. To get rid of a take 1, how do we get rid of take 1? You add 1, right? You've got this. So we end up with 4y equals 10. To get rid of a times 4, we're going to divide by 4. So we get 10 over 4, and we won't leave it like that. We will cancel. So always cancel your fraction, and to get your x value, so you can pop it into either one of these. I'm going to go the first one, so it's going to be x equals, better put it underneath because I have to do the other question, x equals minus 1 plus 2 times y, which is 5 over 2. You could use your calculator if you wanted to, but I really hope you don't because we know the 2's will cancel like so. And minus 1 plus 5, so x is 4. Okay, you have the time, put it back in, check with your other one that you get the same answer, and we're good to go. Let's do the next one now. Again, you're pausing, trying to do it without me. We're going to replace x here with this x here, so it becomes 3 times 3y plus 12. Carry on here, it says take 2y and then equals 8. Now we expand the bracket, so 9y plus 36 take 2y equals 8. Gather your like terms. 9y take 2y equals 7y. And to get rid of the plus 36, you take 36. So 8 take 36 is minus 28. Get rid of the times 7, divide, so we get minus 4. I'm doing this very quickly because what I'm hoping is that no one's actually listening to this, that you are doing this beautifully and you're going, yep, getting them all right. So again, pop this back up into this one. So x equals 3 times y, which is minus 4 plus 12. So we end up with minus 12 plus 12, we've got x equals 0. So those are my two solutions. Again, putting them both back into this equation to check that it works. So 3 times x, which is 0, 3 times 0 is 0, minus 2 times minus 4 is positive 8. You are correct. And moving along. Last one coming up, because then I really think you've got the gist. We've got y equals, right, all of this. So wherever y is in our first equation, I'm going to replace it with that. So x plus 2 times y, which is 7, take 2x, up here, equals 8. So x, 2 times 7 is 14, 2 times minus 2 is minus 4, equals 8. Gather your like terms, 1x, take 4x is minus 3x. Get rid of the plus 14 by whacking it on the other side. So we've got minus 3x. 8 take 14 is minus 6. Get rid of a times negative 3. You divide by negative 3. And we know that a negative divided by negative is a positive. And then you carry on and find y by putting this back in here. Okay, so hopefully you've got that confidence now. Go ahead, do the next bank of questions. And again, if you make a mistake, which can happen, I did one before where I lost the minus, right? Just go back and double check. Good on you.